Welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we are watching and reacting to New York Red Bulls versus New York City FC in the Hudson River Derby in Leagues Cup 2023, round of 32. One team will move on to the round of 16. No, it's starting on time. I just got here a little bit late. But I didn't miss the kickoff. As long as I start before 7:08, I didn't miss the kickoff, but they'll be fine. I don't think there's any weather around New Jersey, so Red Bull Arena, so we should be fine. Unlike yesterday. But New York is very, what's the word? Normal weather patterns. Will Cruz Azul beat Charlotte tonight? No. Cruz Azul sucks this season, so Charlotte, they've been scoring goals. They've been scoring goals this tournament, so I think they'll keep going. But, yes, we got Red Bulls versus NYCFC, the Hudson River Derby, the best match of this 7 o'clock, 7:30 window. Because, honestly, they all look sort of mid, but can't say no to a derby, can you? Of course, I won't be using the book till the second match because I got to be careful with how many pages I use, so only the ones I'm reviewing I'm going to put in the book. This is just a stream, so makes it easier for me. Starting 11s are as follows for the Red Bulls. In goal, Carlos Coronel. The back four, Cameron Harper, Andres Reyes, Sean Nialis, John Tolkien. The midfield four, Luquinhas, Frankie Amaya, Daniel Edelman, Omir Fernandez. And the front two is Tom Barlow and Dante Van Zier. For NYCFC, in goal, we have Matt Freese. The back four, Tavon Gray, Thiago Martins, Maxime Chenot, Brian Coufre. The midfield two of James Sands and Keaton Parks. The attacking midfield three of Andres Yasson, Santi Rodriguez, Richie Ledesma, and Monsef Bakrar stepping up at top, starting up top as the striker. I think they will. Whether it's after 90 or penalties, they should win. I think NYCFC still has on paper more talent than the Red Bulls do on paper, which that may not be enough, but I think on paper. We'll see, though. Winner goes to the round of 16. Loser goes home. New York's blue, so it's already loud in here. The fans in blue are already loud. Well, New York's blue. What'd you expect? Crazy. It's crazy. This Women's World Cup's been a crazy tournament. Canada out, Germany out, Brazil out, USA almost out. Oh, they got him. It's not trying. They got him. But you know what? Toronto deserves it. Good luck tonight. You're going to need it. Red Bulls wearing red, it looks like. New York wearing their city blue. You know, I kind of wish that the Red Bulls were wearing that kit. I figured, I was saying. I wish Red Bulls were wearing that new kit, their new third kit. That is an awesome jersey. That was an awesome jersey. Better than their actual away kit. Sadly enough, they probably can't wear their third kit next year because that's only a one-year thing. And they'll have to still wear that piss away kit next year. That piss-colored away kit next year. They're not going to make the semis or finals, so. But if Japan makes the final, I'll consider it. Probably won't, but I'll consider it. No CONCACAF team is going to even make it to the semis, let alone the final. But I'll consider doing the final. Yeah, it will be the red kit. Score prediction. It looks a lot more yellow than blue. And that it's more grayish than blue. It still looks like piss to me. The Daniel Patrick kit, but more affectionately known as the piss stain kit. Or the snow piss kit. Score prediction, Red Bulls versus NYCFC. NYCFC 3-1. I think beating Toronto the way NYCFC did will probably get them going. So, NYCFC fans, you're welcome. You're welcome. It's sad, but it's also crazy. You know, I'm happy to see Morocco do good on both sides of the coin. I'm happy to see Jamaica get through over Brazil because, you know what, I do have a soft spot for Jamaica. They ain't going that much further, but it's still nice to see Jamaica get out of the group. I have a soft spot for Jamaica anyway. So, if they were going to get to the final, I might consider it anyway, but they're not. Japan, Jamaica would have been a great final, though. I'd win either way. But yeah, I'm surprised too. I know. Who knows? Maybe Jamaica could do the same thing in the Women's World Cup this year. Who knows? I agree. Morocco's had some really good moments in football over the past 10 months. Yeah, 10 months. Teams are walking out. We'll be ready to go. Hudson River Derby in the Leagues Cup. Last time these teams played in a tournament format. Hold that thought. Lineup as follows. Carlos Coronel, back four, John Tolkien, Sean Nialis, Andres Reyes, Cameron Harper. Midfield four, Luquinhas, Frankie Amaya, Daniel Edelman, Omir Fernandez, Dante Van Seer, Tom Barlow. Since 2006. On both sides of the coin. Last time these two teams played in knockout format football was in the Open Cup last year. Red Bulls won that game. Starting 11 for NYCFC, Matt Freeze, back three, Maxime Chenot, Thiago, Tavon Gray, midfield four, Brian Coufre, Keaton Parks, James Sands, Andres Yasson, front three, Santi Rodriguez, Richie Ledesma, and Monsef Bakrar. They should have been knocked out, the U.S. They should have been knocked out. New York's all about the boys in blue. New York overall is blue. Last time they played a knockout football, though, Red Bulls won that game in the Open Cup. How you find out Pro Rel? Huh? I think everybody knows about promotion relegation. That ain't hard to find. Talk about the USL choosing it. I saw the same. The USL going for it, trying it. I saw the same press release you did. How we doing, Mile High? Game's about to start at Red Bull Arena. New York is blue because they have the trophy. Red Bulls have been nightmare for their whole existence. I feel like Cincinnati have a very good forward. They remind me of 2017 TFC. I see Brandon Vasquez as Josie Altidore, Luciano Acosta, Sebastian Javinko. You know what? I agree with that. I hate to say it, but I agree with that. Yeah, Josie and Seba, Brandon, and Luciano Acosta seem like that Mark II version of what they were in 17 and the way Cincinnati are playing. I think they're not as deep as that 2017 Toronto team. I think they're not as well-rounded. But in the end, they're still getting results. So, yeah, I could see it. You know, I'll agree with that. I hate to do it, but I agree with that. I think 2023 Cincinnati are very similar. And I hate to say it, but it's true. I agree. Is it loud at Red Bull Arena? If there's anybody loud, it's probably NYCFC fans. As long as Italy rebounds, I'm fine with that. Because Fox Sports got the rights to the Euros and anything UEFA internationally. So even though CBS has the rights to the Champions League, the Europa Conference, and Europa League, internationally, Fox has the rights to everything international competitions for UEFA. Yeah, I watched the second half. LAFC whipped their ass. I'm glad I didn't go live for it, to be honest. Maybe the rain delay was the best thing that happened. 3,000 something views on the stream, and then all those subs yesterday. Yeah, I think the rain delay was a good thing. Because if I did LAFC Juarez, it would have bottomed out quickly because the game ended pretty much quickly. What was the point? Like after the 40th minute, what was the point? Honestly, maybe the rain delay was a blessing in disguise for the channel, at least. Because I would have done LAFC Juarez, but, I didn't because rain delay. And it's probably a good thing I didn't. So, all's well that ends well, I guess. Is Fubo TV going to be covering the South America qualifier? I guess that's what they did last time, so I'm going to guess yes. Nothing changes. That's why it's a bad thing I couldn't get Fubo instead of YouTube TV, but Fubo went on the fritz. Whatever. LAFC definitely spanked Juarez's ass. Exactly. Took the switch and whipped them with it. NYCFC kicks off. Yeah, that was a good win. NYCFC's wearing blue. Why they have them in orange on the scoreboard? Throw in for NYCFC. They're going to fix that. But we're off. We are off in Harrison, New Jersey. Jong Holland 2, Junior Star FC 1, Caribbean Club Shield. I want to see more Messi, so thanks. Well, you'll see him again later this weekend, or on Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday, one of the 3 days. I'm guessing probably Sunday. They wouldn't put Messi on Monday or Tuesday one day. Yeah, probably Sunday. Speaking of, guess what? SummerSlam's on Saturday. I get to watch a pay-per-view and have an off day. That's amazing. Amazing. Dante Vencier. Save. Oh, you'll still get your Leagues Cup round of 32 recap, round of 16 predictions. Don't worry. But I will be watching SummerSlam on Saturday because I ain't got nothing else to do live. So, for the first time in 3 SummerSlams, I get to watch it live. Nice. Finally get to watch a pay-per-view live for the first time since WrestleMania, too. Because, MLS moved everything to Saturday, and, well, WWE moved the pay-per-views to Saturday. They really screwed me over. No. Maybe I'll give you my thoughts on a short. Maybe. But I'm just going to enjoy it. Second minute. Pumas versus Querétaro and DC versus Philly just kicked off. Nice. LAFC fans want to play Leon again? Or will they meet Chicho Rongo? We'll find out tonight. That'll be the second game I do and review. So, I won't change my shirt, though. I feel a little bit lazy. I'm just going to leave on the Mississippi State baseball shirt. I feel a little bit lazy. But technically, RSL does have a little bit of a maroon in their color scheme. So, it sort of works. Apple TV. That's it. The season pass. I don't even know we could get a third-party stream out of Apple TV, so I don't know. Holland. NYCFC playing forward. That's a foul free kick. Imagine if Arsenal was in the Leagues Cup, too. They would whip everybody. NFL preseason just started. Okay. I'm not a Jets fan. I'm not a Browns fan. They're playing the Cleveland Browns, right? I'm not a Browns fan. If it was the Patriots, I'd probably watch that over this. But it's not the Patriots. So, I mean, yeah, it'd be funny to watch the Jets choke in preseason, but it's the preseason, though. I don't hate the Jets that much. It's a love for the game. It's a love for the game. That's what it is. Exactly. Okay. You know he was going to make the final, whether it was rigged or not. He still makes it look easy. It's not like Messi is getting all the help. He's still making these games look easy. His talent's still making it look easy. So how rigged is it really? Red Bull playing forward. Luquinhas. Van Seer. Luquinhas. Yeah, I use Stream East too, but Apple TV is really hard to get streams off of. I heard from somebody else, I should say. Because I told somebody, hey, Stream East, who doesn't have Apple TV, and they're like, I couldn't find it. I'm like, oh. And then I think I looked just to test something when the Jays played on Apple TV back in like April or something, and it doesn't. So I do use Stream East for anything that isn't on Apple, but I have Apple, so like if it's a friendly that I won't have a channel for, there you go. I also use the Fox Sports, foxsports.com until I get YouTube TV, which is kind of half the problem. Fox Soccer Plus until I knew you could. So there you go. True, but Messi still makes it look easy. Let's go, Revs. I'm surprised, speaking of Tom Brady and New England and football clubs, I'm surprised Kraft hadn't let Tom Brady buy into the Revs. Maybe he will. I do like that Revs away kit. If Brady was to do that, I'll buy a Revs away kit with Brady 12 on it. It's my quarterback. It's my quarterback. I'll buy Birmingham City with Brady 12 on it too. Why not? That's my quarterback. They should make Leagues Cup more fair with home teams not actually playing in their stadium. Because he's not playing anymore. He's owning teams. He owns the part Raiders. He's a part owner in the Raiders. He's a part owner in Birmingham City, which I guess they're now my favorite championship club. All you had to do was get Tom Brady to buy in. 7th minute. That's my quarterback. That's my quarterback. He did make that kit look really good. Then again, he made a Bucks jersey look good, so what do I know? Quarterback. I like it too. Seventh minute. Who? How many teams should get relegated in MLS? Are we talking about pie in the sky, hope it happens, or is it going to happen? Because if we're talking about is it going to happen, it's not going to happen. So why answer the question? The best we're going to get in the U.S. soccer pyramid for relegation and promotion is USL. MLS will never have promotion relegation unless they make an MLS 1 and MLS 2 and basically relegate to 2 divisions, which if they have enough teams, they could technically do that with 20 each. But Scholars International 2-0 over Sagicor South East FC, the Caribbean, CONCACAF Caribbean Club Shield. Remember, the top 2 teams in that tournament will go on to the Caribbean Cup. What if it did, though? 2 each. 2 up, 2 down. But then we're pretty much ninth minute, 0-0. What are these games? Who are these teams? Are you talking about the Central or the Caribbean Club Shield that BKL's talking about? You're talking about this. These are all CONCACAF Champions Cup qualifier stages, pretty much. Leagues Cup qualifies 3 to Champions Cup. Caribbean Club Shield qualifies 2 teams to the Caribbean Cup, which qualifies 3 teams to the, I think it's 3 teams, the CONCACAF Champions Cup. The Central American Cup qualifies 6 teams to the Champions Cup. And they qualify through league play. And then, of course, MLS and Liga MX qualify teams to their leagues. And the Canadian Premier League. So then you have the Canadian Championship and Open Cup. But who would win in a match between Inter Miami or Al Nassr? Ooh. Yeah, that's a good idea. Miami. Cristiano may have tied up the game today for Al Nassr, but he's washed. Messi isn't. And the last time they played each other, Messi won. I think same is the same. And Miami has other good players too. So Miami has Robert Taylor and Jordi Alba and Sergio Busquets and Josef Martinez and Benjamin Kromashki. Exactly. Big up. How we doing? It's going to suck. Patriots are going to make the playoffs this year. Atlas scored 1-0. Damn it. Damn it. 11th minute. Well, yeah, Busquets was a ghost yesterday. And he honestly was against Atlanta, too. You may have a point. How is New England losing to Atlas? I don't know. I'm watching the wrong game. 11th minute, 0-0. How are you losing to Rotloss? Cross in. I knew New England was fraudulent, but what the hell's going on? I mean, yeah, it may not help that they lost. Honestly, I thought losing Bruce Arena might have been better for him, to be honest. Turns out maybe not. Cross in, cleared by the Red Bulls. That's a throw for NYCFC in the 12th minute. To be honest, you know what? I thought them losing Bruce Arena would have been better for them. I guess not. It's going to be weird seeing MLS best of 3 playoffs. Yeah, but they've done it before. I wasn't watching the league when they did it, but they've done it before. You think everyone in the Patriots division is making the playoffs? 1 division winner, 3 wild cards. It's very possible. I think the one who's going to be the outside looking in is the Jets, but it's possible that the Dolphins or Bills win the division or the Patriots have a really great year and win the division. And then the other 3 do good enough to be the 3 wild cards. It's possible. And it's not out of the realm of possibility. It's not likely, but it's definitely not impossible. I'd put it at a 35% chance that all 4 AFC East teams make the playoffs. All 4 of them. 35% chance. It's not that bad of a chance at all. The Chiefs are going to win their division. Why wouldn't they? The Chargers probably have the best chance to challenge, but they blow it anyway. The Broncos, I like Sean Payton, but Russell is cooked. Russ is cooked. The Raiders, Josh McDaniels is a horrible head coach. It's the Chiefs. It was always the Chiefs. Now, it was always the Chiefs. 14th minute. I'll give you a hot take, though. The Detroit Lions are going to win the NFC North. Watch this space. The Detroit Lions are going to win the NFC North. Watch this space. And the New Orleans Saints are going to win the NFC South. Outlaws score the second. Oh, God. New England sucks. Well, there goes my perfect bracket. Well, there goes my perfect bracket. I hate New England. Revolution. Bunch of frauds. Bunch of frauds. Robert Kraft. You made me lose my perfect bracket. Well, Pumas is still going to beat Atlas, though. Maybe I could recover. Nobody's going to get a 32 out of 32, right? Everybody did, yeah. Jordy Caicedo scored the second. He scored against Toronto. Now he scored against New England. Huh. Ain't that some? 15th minute. 0-0. Red Bulls playing forward. Pumas are not that good. Chargers did make the playoffs last year. They blew it, but they made the playoffs. I guess you were a fan when they were in San Diego. You got pissed that they left. Pumas are not that good. They're still better than Rotloss. Which team do you think will have the worst record this season? NFL-wise? I still think it's going to be the Houston Texans. It's going to be in the AFC South. It's got to be the Texans or Colts. Like, Texans, Colts, or Titans. It's one of the three. They all suck. They all do. The Texans, Colts, or the Titans. I think the Arizona Cardinals will do just good enough not to have the worst record. I think the Packers will do just good enough not to have the worst record, even though I think they're definitely going to have a bad season. Oh, yeah. It could be Arizona then. Oh, yeah. Right, they did. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they did trade DeAndre Hopkins, didn't they? Yeah, no. You know, it could be Arizona. You're right. But it won't be Green Bay or Chicago. I'll tell you that much. Washington Commanders, maybe? 17th minute. I mean, they have Shane Steichen now instead of Jeff Saturday, but the Colts will still suck. Seventeenth minute. I still think the Packers and Bears will both have bad seasons this year, though. 1-2 NFC North. It'll be Lions, Vikings, Packers, Bears. Packers will be way closer to the Bears than the Vikings, though. Hurry here first. I don't think Jordan Love will be that good. I really don't. I'm being honest. Vikings don't even have Dalvin Cook. It's going to be a problem. They'll still be better than the Packers. But that's why I said the Lions will win the division. Motor City Dan Campbell. Didion Hen FC 1-0 over Herediano. Man, Didion Hen dangerous. 18th minute, 0-0. See how mid this game is? It'll be interesting, yeah. They'll actually be somewhat good. It's the first time the Jets have been good in a decade. It's the first time they've been good in a decade. okay, better than good because they were good last year. That's why they got Aaron Rodgers. For a throw for New York. Lissette Troy's pissed. Oh! Yeah, that should be a free kick for. Times a 9. When Barcelona beat Almeria 8-0 in 2011, Cristiano said, "We're not Almeria." And guess what? Barcelona beat Cristiano 5-0. Yeah, that 2011 Barcelona team was different. Probably the best team I've ever seen. And I didn't even like them, but they're the best team I've ever seen. Hate to admit it, but it's true. In the moment, I should say. They were the best team I've ever seen. Now, if I was coaching a team, I definitely would use clips of that 2011 Barcelona team to drive the point home, but they were the best team I've ever seen. You happy? Sounds good. Plays forward. 2002 Brazil was the best team I've ever seen. Yeah, I was only 2 years old. I didn't watch the 2002 World Cup. So I didn't see them live. I've seen highlights of 2002 Brazil, but I never got to see them live. I never got to appreciate in the moment the 2011 Barcelona. I mean, I've got to appreciate from the passage of time and highlights, but I didn't get to appreciate at the time. So I think watching live and in the moment is different than watching highlights. You could see like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, Ronaldinho, Ronaldo Nazario. Yeah, you could see, yeah, that's good, but you can't in the moment it sits better if you're watching in the moment. I think that's the point I'm trying to make, is that in the moment, when you're watching something, watching highlights doesn't do it justice, or watching it after the moment doesn't really do it as much justice. Like, you could get the gist of it, but it's doesn't really do it justice. So, yeah, due to my age, yeah, those Barca teams are the best I've ever seen, even if I hated them. I never seen what I watched. South Africa got out of the group stage. I'm shocked. Hey, they deserve it. They played a good tournament. Shot blocked away. When Carlo takes over Brazil could go back to being a title contender at the World Cup. Imagine if they win 2026. I'd be happy for Carlo Ancelotti if they don't beat Italy or Canada. Hey, if they beat England, I'll be super happy for Carlo. '23rd minute. But I could see it. I could see Carlo Ancelotti making Brazil good again. But then again, people say that 2022 Brazil was going to be a force to be reckoned with, and then what happened. I'm just saying. Coronel is down. Checking on him. 0-0 at the 23rd minute. So, they may play that young player as the goalkeeper if they need to make the sub. Oh, well, that's crazy. Not Mayara, no. They're going to play the young dude. That's a way to throw away a game. AJ Marcucci may come on if Carlos Coronel is to come off. They're going to play him instead of Coronel is up. Yeah, that's true. That is true. But they did it to themselves. Looks like he's okay, good, because... Or ask Canada for that matter. Or ask Canada for that matter. Almost went undefeated in the qualifiers and then absolutely got smacked in the tournament. And then even when it comes to women's football, because most of the women's football qualifiers are just a tournament, like the Continental Tournament, that means less. That means even less, because ask the USA and Canada. They dominated everybody but each other. Canada's out of the tournament. The U.S. got lucky that the post was in the way. They both should be out. Who's the best CONCACAF team right now in the Women's World Cup? Jamaica, 3rd place. I'm afraid for the Olympic qualifier at this point. Because let's remember, later this year, Jamaica and Canada have to play that 2-legged Olympic qualifier for 2024. I'm honestly afraid of how this could go. 25th minute. Knowing how Canada's playing. Red Bulls are feeling worse, and the possessions turned to 37% with no shots and no shots on target. We're seriously good. I love a bunch of signings. Told you, Cushing's not a bad coach. Yeah, I think the Red Bulls are going to lose this game. I would say, 20th minute? I mean, the Revs could come back, but if they go to penalties, I might throw it over. They won't, but be interesting. 23rd minute, 8th minute, 12th minute against New England. Oh, they're playing Earl Edwards Jr. I can see why. That's the problem. Mark Anthony Kaye's in midfield. I could also see what the problem is. I think I realized what the problem is with the Revs. They're playing Earl Edwards Jr. in goal and Mark Anthony Kaye's in midfield. I think we know what the problem is now. Playing forward. Nice. Andres Yasson gets back to the ball. Tavon Gray's right there. That's out for a throw. You think they actually are selling Jordy Petrovic? I mean, they still could because the European window is still open. Speaking of, what the hell happened to that? What's his name? That the one who used to play for the Red Bulls. The youngin. Penalty! Penalty! Penalty for the Red Bulls! Yellow card given. There goes all my predictions, to be honest. Edelman is down. Luquinhas brought down the box. To me, yeah, that is a pen. Yeah, that's a pen. Let's see if Freeze can make the save. I don't know, Edelman went down, but he went down too. Let's see if Freeze can make the save. Sean Nialis looks like he's at least holding the ball. Tavon Gray got a yellow. See who takes the penalty. Omir Fernandez. I have no idea who's going to replace Vlatko. Omir Fernandez against Matt Freese. CONCACAF has 2 spots per tournament. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's get this one going. Penalty, Omir Fernandez versus Matt Freese. Can Matt Freese make the save? Get back on the line. Come on. Yeah, 2 spots. That's what it is. Fernandez versus Freese. '30th minute. Penalty being taken. Fernandez. Goal! Goal! Red Bull! 1-0. Omir Fernandez puts the penalty away. 1-0. Red Bull hasn't had many chances, but they got a goal. Horrible defensive play. Wrong way for Freeze. Africa should always have more than 5 spots in the World Cup. Remember, if it's tied, it goes straight to penalties after 90. Omir Fernandez scores the goal. Why do Red Bulls actually exist as a team? I have no idea. They don't need to, I can tell you that much. They're a waste of time, I agree. '33rd minute. Charlotte versus Cruz Azul should have started by now. Yep. Why all these games happen at the same time? Your guess is as good as mine. Is it the last match day? No, this is a round of 32. But because they're all being played on the Eastern time zone. The only game at 9 is 9:30 is Leon versus RSL, but that's the only Western game, which unless you have multiple screens, the only game you can watch are those 2. I'm going to guess the last couple of minutes is Charlotte versus. Talking about the Revs, you mean? Maybe. But I'm not too mad about it because all the 7 o'clock games seem pretty mid compared to the Hudson River Derby today. So you give and you take. I mean, I could care less about Querétaro versus Pumas. I could give less of a crap about New England versus Atlas. I really could care less about Cruz Azul versus Charlotte. I mean, They honestly, well, they both suck in the league, but at least Charlotte's been scoring goals in Leagues Cup. See what else is being played right now. Like, this is the best one of this batch. New England are up or back into it 2-1. Yeah, it'll go to penalties. It'll go to penalties. Just you wait. Now, I don't know if they'll win on penalties, but it'll go to penalties. They got time. They got time. I don't know. If this one doesn't end on penalties, I might just take it to New England versus Atlas if they go to penalties, which looks like that's likely. So, John Tolkien, New England or New York trying to find an equalizer here. Evo starts tomorrow. I'm excited. Gustavo Bo still exists. Yeah, he does. Still in MLS. And he still has some good moments. 35th minute. NYCFC has had the better half. They just gave away a stupid penalty. Also, Diego Rossi coming back to MLS. Good move. A very good move. I think Diego Rossi is a damn good player. I think he's going to give Columbus a new paradigm of success. It's an amazing signing for Columbus. Video games are fun. I don't have the time. I barely have the time to play video games. So, I'm not saying you shouldn't, but I barely have the time. I only really do during the off season, and even then, I still end up not playing them. I'm not saying you shouldn't play them. If you want to play them, that's fine. I barely have time. $36 minute. This. What makes me more money? Streaming these or playing video games and streaming these? Doing these streams. But you can be like, but you could stream video games. I don't have a headset. Or I don't have a good headset. Exactly. 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 Now, if I had a good headset, maybe I would stream some video games stream some FIFA during the off season or EA Sports FC. I don't have a good headset that doesn't reverb, so probably should handle that, but whatever. I think Leon versus RSL's on FS1 tonight. I think it is. I don't think any of the early games are, though. Maybe Philly, DC, if there is one. Doesn't say anything. Charlotte Cruz Azul. It's Charlotte Cruz Azul's on FS1, too. So, Charlotte Cruz Azul's on FS1, and Leon RSL will be on FS1. Yep. NTU DNA. Imagine Austin FC playing the Central American Cup, which at this point they would lose to the Caribbean. Well, they already did lose to the Caribbean. If you put Austin in the Central American Cup, they'd be knocked out of the group stage. they'd be grouped. Playing forward, giving away. Red Bulls are starting to take advantage here. NYCFC started to fall off since giving away that penalty. You put Austin in the Central American Cup, they get grouped. I don't care if you put them in the easiest group or the hardest group, they would get grouped. Header saved by Freeze. Luquinhas almost. Austin is horrible internationally. That's the point. Oh, no, that's a bad giveaway shot. Over to keeper Van Zier. If he put that a little bit to the left, it would have been 2. New York is falling off. Offside anyway, but NYCFC is not looking good right now. Ever since they gave up the penalty, they are not looking good. You know what? You're probably right. Let's put Austin FC with Olimpia, Motagua, Comunicaciones. They wouldn't get out of that group. Austin would be last place. There's a 5th team in each group. Wait, yeah. It's 4 groups of 5 teams in the Central American Cup. So throw in Club Atletico Independiente. They would still be last place. "41st minute. Speaking of, Independiente drew Olimpia last night. Good for them. Never, and I mean never, discount Club Atletico Independiente de la Chorrera. At your own peril. 41st minute. I know firsthand. I agree. TFC wouldn't get out of the first round of a primary school tourney. I agree. 41st minute. Playing forward. Plays on. Van Zier. Van Zier! Cleared away. Thoughts on Alonso Martinez to NYCFC, and they signed Julian Fernandez. 2 great signings. Sadly, they both aren't playing. NYCFC does not look good right now. I don't know if they got shell-shocked or what it is. NYCFC can't be good. They only beat TFC by 5 goals. When they've actually played winning teams, they haven't won a game in God knows how long. Maybe I should have picked the Red Bulls. NYCFC looked good until they gave away a penalty. But I guess they're just as bad as Toronto. They're good enough to beat Toronto, but everything else is impossible. Playing forward. And you know what? I could see why they haven't won a game besides the Toronto game. They've only won like 2 in their last 17. I can see why. 43rd minute. And offside. Can't make the run. 43rd minute. I hope NYCFC uses the half to rebuild. Al-Ittihad didn't make the Club World Cup. It was Urawa Red Diamonds from Japan this year that made the Club World Cup from Asia, which might as well hope they do good considering they're a Japanese club. Playing forward. Nice. Nice. New York going forward with a minute to go before stoppage time. Both Croatian teams qualified for the next round of Conference League. Good. Are there any ones joining them, or is that it? Playing forward. Cross. Way too much time wasted. Keaton blocked. Monsef Bakrar can't get there. Martins. Gray gives it away. Those passes are just off. Tigres playing the Japanese team. There were also... No, Tigres played Ulsan Hyundai. That was a Korean team. Timbers rejected $2.2 million offer for Paredes from a top Brazilian club we value so much. Love to see it, as you should. 4 minutes of stoppage time. No, Tigres played a Korean team in their first game in Club World Cup. Blood Diamonds! Blood Diamonds! My grandmother likes diamond rings. As you start next week, Conference League, the city's pumped because they won both league games so far against Dynamo and Rijeka. Dynamo and Rijeka. Brought down. That should be a free kick at the very least. Offside. San Jose are signing Matthew Hoppe, which hopefully Matthew Hoppe gets to start because in Europe he's just sitting on the bench. Basically, I think it's a good move for him to come back to MLS. Oh, yeah, Caden Clark could be coming back to MLS too. Heard he's either going on loan to Toronto or Atlanta, I think, is what I heard. Which, I don't know how that helps us, but you know what? Whatever. Pumas 0-0 Querétaro halftime. Philadelphia DC 0-0 at halftime. Revs will still be 2-1 down, but that's not bad. Playing forward, Tolkien plays it back. That's awesome. 47th minute. Blocked. Luquinhas brought down. No free kick. Okay. Caden Clark. Toronto gets Caden Clark. That's a pretty good player for Toronto. Yeah, it would be. They said he's going on loan to an MLS team. I don't see any news. 48th minute. I hate it because I wish Richie would have came back, but you know what? Toronto deserves for him to rebuke Bill Manning. I still think Richie's a good player. I'm still a fan of him as a player. I'll still put him on the Canada shirt I have. Still put his name on the Canada shirt I was going to get pressed, but you know what? I guess now that's a good idea considering he ain't coming back. But you know what? Toronto deserves it. They drug their feet. If they wanted him, they should have went and tried to get him off the bat. But no. They still put an offer, but they drug their feet. So that's Toronto's fault that they thought, hey, he was our best player. That was a stupid thing to do anyway. Should have never drugged our feet. Bill Manning's a damn idiot. Throw him down the well. And I don't blame Richie. He probably shouldn't come back to Toronto. Halftime. 1-0 Red Bulls. W transfer. Miami's doing amazing with Messi, so it's a W transfer. Like, it's an amazing transfer. Like, it's 1-0 Red Bulls at the half. Omir Fernandez with a penalty in the 31st minute. New York City has some work to do in the second half, just as the Revs do. Just as, well, Pumas versus Querétaro. Pumas has some work to do, but we'll find out. Right now, as it is, Pumas versus Querétaro 0-0. Revolution 1, Atlas 2, Red Bulls 1, New York 0. Philly Union versus DC is 0-0. Charlotte versus Cruz Azul is 0-0 in the 19th minute. Of course, we'll be live for Real Salt Lake Leon. So, take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, get this one going, sit tight. We'll be back 1-0, 1-0. We're back for the stats at the half. Stats are as follows. 37% possession to 63% possession, 4 shots to 2. 118 accurate passes, 72% to 237, 83%, 4 shots to 2, 3 shots on goal to 0. 165 passes to 286, 118. 72% pass accuracy, 83% pass accuracy, 17 throws to 16. 1 yellow to 1, no red cards on either side. It is 1-0 towards the Red Bulls. NYCFC were playing the better game until they gave away the penalty. Then they gave away the penalty, and they've fallen off at the seams. They've still had more possession since the penalty, but the Red Bulls, or NYCFC, can't connect 3 passes together. They have not had any shots, any chance, really good chances when it comes down to the whole game. This looks like a absolute rematch or a redo of the 3-0 Open Cup loss for NYCFC last year. It's what this kind of looks like to me, to be honest. Kind of reminds me of that loss in Open Cup. New York has to do better. They just have to do better. They have to realize what this match means and what this derby means and how to play better. Like, they need to come back. They can come back. They're not out of it. They could go to penalties if they get 1-1 and they hold on to that. Be very interesting to see, but I think NYCFC were the better team throughout most of the match. I think after the penalty, they definitely fell off. They fell off the pace, but again, 1-0 Red Bulls. Red Bulls are winning 1-0. Exactly. But again, I think New York can come back. I don't think they're out of it. They could definitely come back. I don't think they're out of it, but they gotta push on. They gotta keep going. If they win outright and Revs and Atlas go to penalties, I will definitely do that penalty shootout as well. But again, I still think New York could get back into this. Just like I think the Revs could get back into it against Atlas. Atlas will knock out this Miami team. No, they won't. No, they won't. Just because they knocked out the frauds named, just because they knocked out the frauds, or could be knocking out the frauds named New England Revolution, don't mean hopefully Man City doesn't get rid of Bernardo Silva. Yeah, they need him, to be honest. Weren't they close to getting rid of him anyway? Showing highlights of the Miami game, aren't they? Mbappe to Madrid. Is that confirmed? Is that confirmed? Mbappe to Madrid? That was always the freaking situation, but is that... I was 4-0 yesterday. It's confirmed. Exactly. I gotta check that. I don't see it. I don't see it. Poku and Cifuentes, I mean, those aren't really bad losses. They could get through it. I mean, they just won 7-1. Tolman's got a podcast. Interesting. Everybody has a podcast nowadays. I don't know anybody who doesn't have a podcast, to be honest. He is, but he ain't playing until 2024. So he isn't playing for PSG. I'm confused. Second half about to start. They replaced Mbappe with Etiquette. Yeah, true. Happy we scored a goal even though we've looked pretty average. New York City looked like they were playing the better game until you got the penalty. Then they're starting to fall off. But maybe the second half will be different. He's done. There was no World Cup win for Cristiano last year. I don't know, but they probably won't be that good. I mean, besides the French league. I mean, the French league, they should still win pretty easily. Everything else, though, I think PSG might get knocked out of the group stage of the Champions League. I don't even know if they'll get out of the group stage, to be honest. How we doing, Ozan? Xavi was pissed when Dembele left Barca, and they never even used him. But, yeah, I don't even know if Justin Hawk has been put on and Pellegrini's been put on for New York City FC. They know what they need to change. They're going for it, and we're off. They made some changes. Justin Hawk and Matthias Pellegrini are on for NYCFC in the 45th minute at the half. And it's definitely more than 45:07, but okay. Do you think Rasmus Højlund will hit the ground running like Holland? No. I mean, he'll be a good player, but I don't think he's going to hit the ground running. Monsef Bakrar. '56th minute or 46th minute. I guess Pellegrini came on for Yasson and Hawk came on for Ledesma. Yeah, that makes sense. Yep. Andres Yasson for Justin Hawk. And Andres Yasson for Justin Hawk. They're showing the same. Richie Ledesma for Matthias Pellegrini. Omir Fernandez blocked back to Edelman. Charlotte looks better against Cruz Azul. I told you they've scored goals in this tournament, and Cruz Azul sucks so far. Yeah, I think they'll be fine. '46th minute. So we'll have the East and South round of 16 fully known at the end of the night. 2 Western teams will be known. Then we'll get all the Central. And then 2 more of the West tomorrow. Free kick at the top of the box for NYCFC. See if they get anything out of this. 47th minute. 1-0 for Red Bull. Can NYCFC tie it up here? They've started this half pretty well. Bakrar just making a great run. And Reyes has to foul him at the top of the box. This is their opportunity. If they don't get it, they're going to be in trouble. But they look good right now. They look like they've started off this half really well. Bikov Diniahen pulls off the win against Herediano, by the way. It would be, but they also have beaten Comunicaciones a year ago. Oh, by the way, they're in the same group. And I'll be doing that game live because why wouldn't I do the rematch live after what happened last year? That's like 2 weeks from now, I think, yeah. Diniahen versus Comunicaciones. Santi Rodriguez and Brian Kufre standing over this free kick. Shot by Kufre off the wall. New York's still looking good, though. Cross in. Punched by Coronel. That's a corner. Corner for New York. They scored their first goal against Toronto on a corner. Let's see if they could do the same thing here. Good cross. 48th minute. 1-0. Can NYCFC score off the corner? Take the lead or take this back to a tie. Pellegrini to take this corner. Pellegrini takes the corner. Header, played in, shot over the bar. Over the bar. Free kick anyway, putting on the pressure on NYCFC. They are. Yeah, Leon should beat RSL. I don't care if you have Diego Luna and Chicho Arango. Leon should still get it done. Coronel with a goal kick, 49th minute. What's your favorite store, Walmart or Target? Out of the two, I'd take Target. Oh, they have Kevin Patrick doing this game in English. Huh, that's nice. Cross in. Shot. Corner. For the Red Bulls. For me, if it's not Target versus Walmart, it would have to be Kroger. Sadly, I'm not around any Krogers, but if I'm around a Kroger, I will go to a Kroger. '51st minute. Cross in. Header, past the post. That's a goal kick. I don't have a Walmart that far away either. But I don't really like Walmart. I don't have a problem with Sam's Club, but I really don't like Walmart. I know the same company owns them both, but Walmart is just, I don't know. I like Sam's Club though. Playing forward. Already on or down to 10. Huh. Danny Ahem might pull that one off. 53rd minute. Still 2-1 for the Revs versus Atlas. Corner here for Luquinhas. I guess Safeway's like your Schnucks or something. Cross in. That's out for a throw. But yeah, I would rather, if it had to be at a wholesale club, I'd rather go to Sam's Club than Costco. I've heard some horror stories about Costco. Never heard them about Sam's Club, which is kind of ironic considering Walmart owns Sam's Club. You think they'd be worse? Cornell. Sam's Club is nice. Yeah, I agree. There's also a pretty nice store around me that's sort of like a food supply store, like if you were a restaurant. That's also pretty nice too. Herediano score 1-1. Fernan Ferron. And they're down a man? Damn. That's a free kick for Red Bulls. That food supply store is really good for like setting up crab bakes and all that, seafood bakes and all that, by the way. 55th minute. Header. Oh. NYCFC started to pull off the gas a little bit. I don't. If I'm an NYCFC fan, I wouldn't like this. Well, I picked them to win anyway. Pumas still 0-0. Philadelphia DC still 0-0. Haven't heard anything about Charlotte. Revolution still 2-1, down 2-1 to Atlas. Playing forward. You think any game you think is going to penalties today? I'm going to say that New York comes back, gets the tie. It's a 1-1 draw. They go to penalties, and I think New England comes back to send their game to penalties. I think Philly and DC, Philly's going to win outright. I think Pumas is going to beat Querétaro outright. I think Charlotte's going to beat Cruz Azul outright, and I think Leon's going to beat RSL outright. So it's these two games of New York and New England at this point that I think will go to penalties. Playing forward. Oh, foul. Yep, free kick for New York. Barlow fouls Keaton Parks, 57th minute. Plays down. Bakrar gets pushed away. Goal kick for Coronel. Atlas is looking shaky right now. As I said, the Revs will tie it up. They may be fraudulent, but they're going to tie it up because Atlas are just as fraudulent. I don't know how they were up. The Revs got 2 scored on them in quick succession. I know that, but I don't know how the hell they let it happen. I'm going to blame Mark Anthony Kaye, as always, as I always do. That's always probably the good answer. That's my guess. I watched the highlights. I would not be shocked if it was Mark Anthony Kaye's fault. Second most likely fault would be Earl Edwards Jr. If it ain't their fault, either their fault, I'm going to be shocked. But I'll watch the highlights because I have to. Because of how these games are done at the same time. Keaton Parks gets a yellow and Omir Fernandez gets a yellow. Dual yellows, free kick for NYCFC. Trying to make sure this doesn't get too chippy, I guess. Brandon Bye got hurt, though. I don't know why the Revs would ever get Mark Anthony Kaye. Yeah, and I don't know why they would let us trade him for Latif Blessing. Like, good move for Toronto. Latif he's the only one who really cares. He's one of the only ones who really cares, so I'm going to give him his due. He tries. 58th minute. Edwards made a horrible mistake on the first goal they gave up. Yep, that doesn't surprise me. Was Kaye the second one? Or was it? That's out. Chanot, what was he doing? Throw in for Red Bulls, 59th minute. Good play. In through, Bakrar. Monsef Bakrar. Bakrar. Shot saved by Coronel. Bakrar right to Coronel. Do you rate Alara Mendy? Yes, I do. 0-0 Charlotte Cruz Azul at halftime. Not a bad scoreline. I think Alara Mendy's a good player, yes. 59th minute. Bakrar almost scored there. Nice play, no foul. New York. Have to go backwards. Bakrar made an amazing run there. I thought he had that. Interesting signing for Dallas. I mean, yeah, it is, but hey, it shows a bit of intent. Sands plays forward. Nice chance. And Pellegrini can't make the run. I don't know why he stopped making the run, to be honest. Odd loss. They score? You're just happy they're winning. Aguirre is injured. Here comes the Red Bulls. Tom Barlow loses the ball. Justin Hawk, what a pass. Free kick. Nope. Nope, it is a free kick for Red Bull, or NYCFC against Red Bull. 61st minute. NYCFC is really putting on the heat again. First minute. Pellegrini's a big flop. What if he scores, though? Keaton Parks plays it back. Chanot. Justin Hack. Plays forward. Oh. Free kick. It's the Hudson River Derby. Yes, it's a Classico. It's a derby, yes. Still 2-1 between Otlost and New England. Who's currently ahead for MVP? Don't say Messi. Luciano Acosta. Luciano Acosta as of now. Now, Messi could mess around and win MVP with 10 games left, but I think Luciano Acosta has done enough and he won't fall off. It'll be Luciano Acosta. Messi will definitely mess around and win the Golden Boot, though. Santi Rodriguez on the free kick here. Crosses it in, blocked away. Kufre puts it high. It's out for a New York City throw. But Messi will certainly mess around and win the Golden Boot. Trust me, that'll happen. Now, MVP, on the other hand, I think Luciano Acosta should hold on to it. That's my prediction. Luciano Acosta. Messi might get top 3, though. He might mess around and get top 3 in MVP voting. They'll probably give him Newcomer of the Year. As in new to the league. Foul. Be a free kick. Reyes is down. Free kick for Red Bull. Nah, he brought down Pellegrini. What foul? It's the other way around. Tom Barlow for Drew Yearwood and Kyle Duncan on for Cameron Harper. They look good. Sadly enough, it just ain't enough. Cameron Harper for Kyle Duncan. For Red Bulls is the sub. So their first 2 subs. New York has 3 windows, 3 subs. Red Bull have 3 subs, 2 windows. Under 3, yeah, this won't go over 3 goals. Remember, if it's tied after 90, you go straight to penalties. Throw in for Red Bulls. '65th minute. No goals for Pumas or Philadelphia. Carlos Vela turned Juarez into Carlos Sena against Leon turned into Carlos Ellsworth. Who's home and away? Red Bulls are at home. NYCFC is on the road, the away side. Throw in for Red Bulls. 65th minute. Header. NYCFC are feeling a bit shaky again. Foul, offside. That'll be a free kick for NYCFC. Revs and Outlaws are still 2-1. You hear the rumor about TFC signing Caden Clark? I heard about the rumor, yes. Still should be able to come over on loan is what I'm hearing, but if to MLS. Toronto and I think Atlanta were the two teams that were rumored to be the loan side, but was it a soft penalty? No, it was a penalty. Atlas is burying you at the moment. Well, I mean, Red Bulls is too. I picked both NYCFC and the Revs. Turns out, at the best, it'll be 14-2 at the end of the round. And we know Portland, Monterey will probably be a tie. Not a good moment. But Toronto was already out there. So, most exciting TFC young player, Alonso Coelho. Alonso Coelho should be playing for Spain. Alonso Coelho is our best young player right now. Alonso is just so good in the midfield. He's so well-trained, well-played. Always plays well. Like, I've never seen a bad foot put forward by Alonso Coelho. I'd say I am a Mabica is the same way. No, Chicago stands no chance. Mabica and Coelho for me. I think they could be something this team builds around. Knowing how they treat young players, they'll probably get traded, but at some point in the next 2 years. But Coelho and Mabica should be built around. If you know anything about the sport, if you actually want to win, you build around Coelho and Mabica as the spine, in the spine of the team. I'm not saying as your biggest players, but as the spine. We already got them. Don't change anything there. Am I going to watch SummerSlam? Yes. I have nothing to do on Saturday besides a recap and predictions. So, yes, I'll be watching SummerSlam and enjoying it, yes. 68th minute. But, yeah, for me, TFC needs to have Coelho and Mabica in the spine. I've seen Deal Dash commercials, yes. Lots of times. Favorite Maple Leafs player? All time? Currently, I'd say it's Austin Matthews. All time? I guess this would be Blues and Leafs, but Alex Steen. I was a fan of Alex Steen before he got traded. I actually got to meet Lee Stempniak before he got traded. I know. I actually did. So like 2 months or 3 months later when he got traded, I'm like, that's awesome. Sucks that Alex Steen got traded, but at least the dude I met got traded for Alex Steen. So let's hope this works out. It didn't. It didn't at all. If social media was around, that's true. Yeah, I think it is sort of BS. So, because at my elementary school, there was a blues reading event, and Lee Stempniak was the one they sent. Yeah, like 3 months before he got traded. Grade 2, 3 months before he got traded. crazy. Do I watch the Women's World Cup? I do. So it's a funny story. I always wanted that Stempniak deal to work out for the Leafs. It did not. It worked out for the Blues. It never worked out for the Leafs. As is the story, as it normally is. As is normally the story. But point is all time, yes, Alex Steen was my favorite Leaf. And then he became my favorite Blue. So, Elias Manuel coming on. Matt Sundin is most Leafs fans' favorite player. I like Matt Sundin. I do. I did. But Alex Steen was always like the promised. Pumas losing. Damn it. Doug Gilmour, my bad. That's even older fans. But I'm too young for Doug Gilmour. I'm too young for Doug Gilmour being my favorite player all time. Let's put that there. Dante Van Zier is off for Elias Manuel. But, I mean, I like Sundin. But I think for me personally, Querétaro score against Pumas 1-0 Sepulveda. Jesus Lord, this tournament's crazy. What? Well, my bracket's gone to shit. My bracket has gone to shit. And I guess Atlas is going through. Pumas are choking. They'll come back. They'll find a way. Do you like Ty Domi? Yeah, I do. On a chicken bone. Where are they showing Atlas New England? Apple TV. They're all on Apple TV. So. But for me, like, when I was young, Alex Steen was sort of Austin Matthews before Austin Matthews. Not on goal scoring ability, but like the promised hero, so to speak. So far, only Atlas is right on my bracket for tonight. I have no games right so far. Pumas is losing. Revs are losing. NYC is losing. Cruz Azul is tied. Or Charlotte's tied with Cruz Azul. Philly's tied. I know Leon will go through, but today was a bad day. Yeah, I'm not going to win. I'm not going to win that bracket challenge unless some crazy stuff happens. There's no way. Especially with Pumas losing. If Pumas come back and turn it around, that's good. If New York, at least the good thing about New York losing is I think I have them losing in the next round. Yep, and I have New England losing in the next round. Bracket for tomorrow. The picks that I have for tomorrow are America over Chicago, Columbus over Minnesota, Cincinnati over Nashville, Sporting KC over Toluca, Portland over Monterey, and Tigres over Vancouver for my predictions. That was always going to ruin it for me anyway. Luquinhas, down. Free kick the other way, 75th minute. The Leagues Cup turned into upset games. I mean, yeah, why not, to be honest? Why not? Why not? You know what? Yeah, if the Leagues Cup turns into complete upsets, you know what? Why not? Toronto's not in this tournament. Makes me look like an idiot, but whatever. Well, no, actually, no. It makes me look like an idiot. Almost same except Toluca. So, you know what? No, I want everything to turn back around. Toluca's playing good. Honestly, both Cruz Azul and Charlotte are full of troncos. You know what would be crazy? If every game in this hour mark all goes to penalties. The Revs score a goal to tie it up New England, or New York scores a goal to tie it up. Pumas score a goal to tie it up, and Philly versus DC stays 0-0, and they all go to penalties. How weird would that be? I wish there was a multi-screen for that. Playing forward, free kick for the Red Bulls. Missed the penalty. Lol. Pumas are chokers. Pumas just miss a penalty. What the hell? Someone watch Apple TV if they have an Android. The Apple TV website, I think. I don't think there's an Apple TV app on Android. Pumas are chokers. They are. They missed a penalty. Didn't know where you at. He's not good anymore. At least I don't think so. 76th minute. Talish Magno. That's going to be a throw. Jared Stroud and Carmona coming on as their last subs. Talish Magno. You think Josco Vardiol is going to fit like a glove in Pep system? Yeah. Does Mississippi State play Georgia this year? Not on their regular schedule, but they'll play them in the SEC championship game. But they don't play them in the regular season, but they'll play them in Atlanta. So December the 3rd, I think? Something like that. Tavon Gray crosses in. Blocked. Shot blocked. It's not falling for New York. That's a throw for the Red Bulls. They played Georgia on their schedule last year. I think they play Georgia next year with no divisions. I think they play them next year, but in the regular season. But they'll play them in the SEC championship in Atlanta this year. It's going to be a bit, yep. They'll play in December. Outlaws just missed 3-1. Well, that's good news. My bracket is busted. Not as bad as it would have been if Miami lost, but still. Stroud and Carmona for Red Bulls. What a tournament this is. DC United are done. They just got scored on. At least Philly scored. Yay, there's one for me. Wackelman, Carmona for Omir Fernandez, and Lukinyasov for Stroud. Peter Stroud, I think. Well, at least I got one right tonight. If they go to penalties, they're screwed. Strange how Outlaws is winning even though they have no offensive power. Yeah, that's my question, to be honest, because they've won 3 in a row and they have no offensive power. Pumas has 10 minutes to do something, as is the Revs in New York. I agree with that. They all have 10 minutes to do something, give or take. We'll give. Monsef Bakrar is offered Talish Magno. And Cushing just waved the white flag. 79th minute. Rot-loss is rot-loss. I agree. NYCFC is a shit show. They're actually playing well. They're just got scored on. Is Pumas finished? If they lose, yeah. If they lose, they're finished. Hope Rebel didn't go to that game. Did not lost by the refs here. They always buy the refs. Except the Toronto game. They knew they didn't need to because Toronto's shit. But they bought the refs every time else. Doesn't help the Revs. It doesn't help that the Revs are frauds either. Doesn't help that the Revs are frauds either. 79th minute. Santi Rodriguez. It's out for that's an offside free kick, yes. Anthony gives us a different element on the wing, more of a player that's more direct, runs in behind the back line. That's what you need, to be honest. Which Mexican club is a mafia? I don't know. Seems like Atlas is really good at the dark arts. It may be them. Carlos Heel's down and injured. Yep, that game's over. Goodbye to my bracket. Goodbye to my bracket. Rot loss. It's always rot loss. It's always rot loss. No Club America. Free kick for Red Bulls. Man, happy. Do you respect rot loss? No, I do not respect rot loss. Rot loss is underrated. They should be overhated. Philly's still drawing. Thought Tijuana was Mafia. Not as a team. You don't see Xolos do a lot. Now, cross in. 81st minute, 9 minutes to go. Thiago Martins is down. I hate rot loss. Had a feeling Atlas was taking this one. For some reason, they keep winning games with having no offensive firepower. What the hell is going on? Yeah, they must be paying the refs. You'd think MLS wouldn't want them to be winning these games after what they pulled. But no. Rot loss. Do you have a game after this? Yes, I'll be doing RSL Leon. Penalty for New England. Let's go! I think everyone here hates rot loss. I'm a Chavista, so you know how I feel. How do you think I feel? You hate them. Penalty for New England. Let's go. Turn this thing around, baby. Thiago Martins is down. Come on, Pumas and NYCFC. It's up to you now. Someone at rot loss is really paying the refs. No head up penal. No head up penal. '83rd minute. No head up penal. 83rd minute. Some penalty work on Mafia. I'd love to see all 4 matches right now just go to penalties. New York, New England, Philly, and Pumas. Philly's probably the closest, and if New England scores, VAR. Damn it. Free kick for New York. What is Philly doing, bro? They just don't look good today. Pellegrini. 83rd minute. Pellegrini plays it long, headed away. Chanot. Throw in for New York. I guess because it has to be. I mean, he was pushing him out of the line. '84th minute. New England score. Let's go. If it goes to penalties and New York doesn't, I will watch the New England shootout. Well, I wish I could do a multiple screen, but I can't. Bo scores the second. I think Cruz Azul, Charlotte's going to penalties. I wish I could do a multiple screen, but I can't. Because they don't have multiple screens on Season Pass on Fire TV yet. Stupid. That's absolutely stupid. And that's also absolutely stupid. Bo got the rebound. It's 2-2. New England's going to penalties. All right. Or if they hold on. They could win outright. New York needs to score. Pumas needs to score. Philly will be going to penalties as it stands. 85th minute. Come on, New York. It's up to you now. Plays forward. I might as well put it up on the computer. You're right. If they both go to penalties, I might as well. Pumas. Omir Fernandez scores his penalty in the 31st minute. That's where we are. New England or New York hadn't been that bad, but Querétaro beating Pumas. I have no idea. Pumas will come back. Weather Channel has 2 screens. My bracket's going to be determined by penalties, it seems. Denny Ahen scored 3-1. Oh, man, they're good. Weather Channel has 2 screens. But they don't have this here? Crazy. Goal kick. Brian Acosta or 6 with the Timbers. Okay. 86th minute. At least the Revs are going to go to penalties. At least I'll get 2 of them, yeah? I still think Red Bulls will lose to Philly. Atlas or Revs will beat the winner of Querétaro Puma. Or they'll both beat Querétaro if Querétaro holds. Pumas wins, I'll still give it to Pumas over the Revs. They can't fraud their way through it. '87th minute. If this goes to, I will be live. Cruz Azul miss. Jesus, these games are freaking horrible. Goes to Coronel. New York, running out of time. If they both go to penalties, I'm putting one on the computer, one on the TV. I don't care. We'll just find out what's going on with Philly. Miss again, ×2. Antuna. Oh, of course he did. Of course he did. Antuna missed. That's out for a throw for Red Bull. +6 in the Pumas game. All right. Throw in for City. 88th minute. What's your subscriber goal for the end of the year? Like low end, 3K. With the way things are going right now, maybe 7.5. Things are going really, really good. If we keep pushing the momentum we have now, like high end, I don't know, I would say high end, but likely high end, 7.5. We keep pushing the momentum we have now. And that's like the high end, 10K. Like my low end's 3K. My realistic high end is 7.5. And then my possible but very unlikely high end is 10. Well, we're on some good momentum right now. I'm not going to lie. Talish Magno and my bare minimum, like the year was a plus, but it really kicked on halfway through, is 2.75K. Anything under 2.75K is not acceptable for me. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to be happy. Pumas. What'd they do? 2-1 Diddy on him. Like if we had the momentum that we got now. I'm just being honest. Siegel coming on 6 minutes. At least the Revs tied it up. Six plus in New York. Yep. Tavon Gray off for Siegel. And that's their fifth, I think. Philadelphia, DC going to penalties. Yep, that don't surprise me. Philadelphia should win, though. PK for who? Talish Magno. Cross. Keaton Parks. Plays it back. Justin Hawk. Red Bulls are sitting there. That's out for a throw. 91st minute. If I get 3 today, that'd be fine. It's a chance. Keaton Parks. Keaton crosses it. That's out for goal kick with 5 to go. I will watch the shootout for Revolution not loss, if there is one. "92nd minute. If I have to put it up here, I'll put it up here too. But see if the NYCFC gets back. NYCFC gets back into the game or gets to a shootout. Red Bull got a penalty, and that's all they needed. Elias Manuel. Duncan slips on his ass. Luckily, he did. Probably good for New York that he did. It's out for a throw for Red Bulls. Rip Pumas. They lost. Tell me when it's full time. Dion and Herediano draw 1-1. I thought they were up 2-1. Wayne Rooney's the coach for DC. Why? I have no idea. Probably their best player in modern history. There we go. That's good. "93rd minute. Was Freddie Adu a fraudster? He flopped. I don't think he was a fraud. 93rd minute. Cross in. I think Acosta was the one who carried DC as much as they did, but I think that's pretty obvious now, but let's just say it wasn't. 4-0 yesterday. Full-time Querétaro wins. Querétaro wins 1-0. East round of 32. My first wrong pick. Damn it. If Philly goes through, I'm still right, though. "95th minute. I didn't know that. That's crazy. Pumas knocked out. Querétaro wins. Philadelphia DC started the penalties. Same here. Philly wins. I'm still right, though. That'll be a minus on the full. Revs could be out. 95th minute. Charlotte's opening up. We might have a winner in the 90th minutes. Dalish Magno. Cross. Shot right to Coronel. DC score penalty 1-0. Yeah, I'm not surprised. +7 for the Otlos game. I will stay live for the penalties there. Gazdag is up. And New York Red Bulls win 1-0. Another wrong one for me. Why do I keep doing that? With that being said, Red Bull win. Bono saved a penalty? What the hell's going on today? What the hell? Red Bulls win 1-0. Wow. NYCFC is eliminated. Red Bulls are through. Let me move on to the... I'll watch the shootout, then I'll move on because I think I should have enough time. 2-0 DC. Atlas has the advantage in PKs with Vargas. My whole Eastern bracket might be screwed at the end of the night. Carranza, play the winner of DC Philly. Yes, you do. And that's a goal. It's 1-2. As of now, I was wrong on that. But if Philly does move through, my Eastern bracket's gone to hell. So 4-2 so far. And it could be, honestly, 4-4 at the end of these 2 games, or these 4 games. I don't like it. Scores great penalty. And it's a goal, 3-2, 3-1. Philly. Williams scores. Philly's in trouble. Blake needs to make some saves. I can't believe. Waiting. Come on, Philly. 3-2. Elliott. Jack Elliott. Yes. 3-2. And by the time this is over, I'll be watching Revs Atlas penalties. And then Charlotte Cruz Azul ends the night and ends the left side of the bracket. We have Red Bulls and Querétaro through. I was wrong about those. I'm 4-2 so far on my predictions. Philly might make me 4-3, and who knows what the hell happens with Revs Atlas. The whole East. Durkin. Over the bar. Philly can tie it up. Philly can tie it up. Durkin over the bar. Philly can tie it up. Woo, boy. Get some extra extra coverage. Red Bulls win 1-0. Querétaro beat Pumas 1-0. If Philly scores here, they tie it up. And then after that, we move on to Revs versus, by the time that's done, yeah, we'll be on to Revs versus Atlas. I might not have to take much of a break, to be honest, with all this, but whatever. See if Philly can tie it up. And they will! 3-3, Jack McGlynn. If Philly makes the save, they can win it here. Well, they can win it the next time they take a shot. But, of course, Alex Bono is going to start absolutely failing at penalties. Eric Davis versus Andre Blake. Davis versus Blake. Blake makes a save. Blake makes a save or Davis misses. Philly can win it the next kick. DC. Oh, that's a goal by Eric Davis. What a shot. Philly has to score to stay alive. Eric Davis. Wow. And oh, Andre got a hand to it. It's up to Philly. Next penalty. Jesus Bueno to keep this one into sudden death. Jesus Bueno to keep Philly alive. Will Alex Bono somehow win this shootout for DC? Jesus Bueno. Philly's still alive. 4-4. Andre Blake makes a save. I don't know if that's it, but it's certainly. We're going to sudden death. Philly. Boom. What a shot by Jesus Bueno. Boom. Pedro Santos. Pedro Santos versus, to start off the sudden death, Pedro Santos versus Andre Blake. Off the post! Philly scores, they win! Posted! Red card for Atlas. Santa Maria's out, Atlas down to 10. What a miss! Off the post. If Philly scores, they win. At least I'll get that. Let's see. I didn't expect this to go to penalties, but how much more for Atlas match? You'll find out in seconds. Mbaizo. Four to 4. Philly scores, they win. Mbaizo to win. Mbaizo for the win. Mbaizo for the win. Four to 4. Can he make it 5-4? Mbaizo starts his run up and Philly wins! Alex Bono off the hand. Mbaizo scores. It's over. Philadelphia wins. We're on to penalties for Atlas versus New York. And then I'll start the next game. I'll start Leon RSL after that. Philadelphia wins 5-4 on penalties. Philadelphia are moving on. Mora got red carded. Benjamin Mora got red carded. 5-4 on penalties for Philly. 0-0. Philly wins 5-4. At least I got that right. I got that one right. Waiting for penalties. Live for Leon RSL. I'll be live for that as soon as that. Philly, if they move through, I'll still have those right. So that's 5-2 on my predictions for the round of 32. $9.30. And I might be running up against it, to be honest. Take a short break. So we have Red Bulls versus Philadelphia Union in the round of 16. Querétaro against the winner of Revolution and Pumas, or Atlas, I mean. Revolution and Atlas. Then we'll have Charlotte Cruz Azul playing Houston and RSL, or Leon playing LAFC. Another penalty shootout, yep. Take a short break here. Don't know how much time I'll have in between. Another penalty shootout. Yep. They're about to start, too. $9.18. Time-wise. See how much time left in Charlotte Cruz Azul. 78th minute. They'll probably go to penalties, too. I might as well put that on computer when it comes down to it. All right. Atlas to start, or New England to start the kicks. Here we go. Let's see if at least I could get two in the East. New England versus Atlas. I got everything so far in the South right and so far in the West right. Central doesn't play till tomorrow. Play another West game. If I get 14-2, I mean, that's not bad. Maybe I still have a chance to win the Bracket challenge, second chance. Outlaws will go first. Earl Edwards Jr. Definitely the underdog keeper in this situation. Be nice to see Rotloss get owned, though. Reyes versus Edwards Jr. Versus Earl Edwards Jr. versus Reyes. The winner of this will play Querétaro in the round of 16. And that's a goal, 1-0 Atlas. I love Atlas's downfall. I mean, if they win, is it really their downfall, though? Is it really their downfall, though? So let's see. Either way, it's 2-2. 1-0. Vrioni to start for New England. Can he tie it up? Giacomo Vrioni. Nice. Giacomo Vrioni. Stutter step shot, goal. What a shot, Vrioni. What a shot. Big man Vrioni. You're still doing Leon Salt Lake? Yes, I'll be on there as soon as this is over, which it might be tight, but you know what? Who cares? Mauro Manotas, formerly of MLS, Houston Dynamo, now of Atlas. One. I'll be on as soon as this is over. On that one, as soon as this is over. It's going to be tight, but you know what? That's live. Manotas, goal, 2-1. Matt Polster for the Revs. I feel it. Charlotte's pressuring. Might see a Cruz Azulieta. If not, I'll watch the shootout as that goes. So many penalty shootouts in this tournament. I know, it's crazy. Polster scores 2-2. But then again, if you're going after 90, you're going to go to a penalty shootout. It's very likely. I mean, it's not that crazy. It's not crazy to go to this many penalty shootouts when you're only playing a 90-minute game. I mean, it's not crazy. Lozano to make it 3-2. Let's see. Lozano. Oh! Puts it through with pace. What a shot. 3-2. The last 3 games that need to be filled will be filled tomorrow. 3-2. What a shot. DeJuan Jones. That was an amazing shot by Lozano. That was an amazing shot. DeJuan Jones here. Shot, goal, 3-2. 3-3. Camilo Vargas ain't getting there. There needs to be a save somewhere. This is going to go forever. It's going to be way too long. Charlotte still tied with Cruz Azul. Just tell me when it goes to penalties. So many penalty shootouts tonight. So many. Jordi Caicedo, the man who ended Toronto's hopes and the man who scored today 2 games in a row. Will he score a penalty, Jordi Caicedo? Caicedo versus Edwards Jr. That's in 4-3. Four to 3. Can New England tie it back up? Nacho Gil. Carlos's brother scores! Nacho scores! TFC couldn't even beat Atlas. I know, we suck, but hey, the Revs may not either. We're not the only ones. So, 29. Yeah. My best score, possibly. 4-4. If Edwards makes the save against Aldo Rocha, all New England has to do is score. Aldo Rocha versus Earl Edwards Jr. The pressure's on Rocha. Aldo Rocha. In. That's a good goal. 5-4. New England have to score. If they don't, it's over. The pressure is on. Rocha. Almost a foot save by Edwards Jr. Gustavo Bo. Good news is I have till 9:38. Bad news is this will probably go that long the way this is going. Gustavo Bo to send it to sudden death. If anybody can. Be Gustavo Bo. Gustavo Bo. There you go. 5-5. We're going to sudden death. Vargas isn't happy. Gustavo Bo beats him this time. Bo. There's got to be a save somewhere. Perfect penalties through 10. And it's 6-5. Oh, off the hands and in. Ain't that some? New England has to score again. Vargas. It's getting tight. New England have to score. Emmanuel Boateng. Emma Boateng to keep the Revs alive. Willie! Yes! Goal for Emma Boateng. 3 minutes added for Cruz Azul Charlotte. Emma Boateng scores. Boom! Trejo versus Edwards Jr. Trejo versus Edwards Jr. Trejo! Goal! Jesus Lord, this is going forever. I may be late for RSL Leon, but you know what? It's worth it. It's worth it. I may be late for RSL Leon, but it's worth it. Trejo. Boom. New England have to score. Vargas isn't happy. He hates that this is going so long. Harks. To keep it alive. Yes. 7-7. I'll probably miss the first couple of minutes of RSL Leon, but you know what? It's worth it. Vargas isn't happy. He doesn't like this. You could just tell. Boom. Goalies have to go with 10 penalties, I think, now, because of the fact that it's 11 versus 10. Atlas. Can Edwards make the save? It's off the post! Abella puts it off the post! If New England scores, it's over! Abella puts it off the post! Wow! Off the bar, Abella. Off the bar. New England has to score. Vargas has to come up big. Abella off the crossbar. No way. No way. New England, one away. They're sending up Andrew Farrell, the Louisville product. Andrew Farrell to send New England through to the round of 16. Andrew Farrell scores! It's over! The Revs win! Andrew Farrell! The Atlas is out! The Revs are through! At least I got that one right. With that being said, Cruz Azul Charlotte 0-0. I'll be up with penalties when I start the next stream. With that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification once subscribed, send super chats on live streams, comment on this video, put us in playlist, share us with friends and family, all that great stuff. I'll see you in a couple of minutes for Leon versus Salt Lake and the penalty shootout for Charlotte Cruz Azul. Give me a couple of minutes. I'll be back. Oh, it's a rain delay anyway. Oh, they're rain delayed Leon Salt Lake. Ah, ha, ha. You gotta be kidding me. I'll be back for the shootout. I'll start that way. See ya. Give me a couple minutes. I'll see ya. Peace.